Hello and welcome to France 24's weekly music show. I'm Jennifer Ben Brahim. Coming up.
Should I cry or should I smile?
A musical polymath, Jowee BasH Omicil uses every instrument in his repertoire as an extension of his free spirit. The Haitian-Canadian artist blends jazz with Creole traditions, gospel, hip-hop and voodoo rhythms, and has worked with the likes of André 3000, Tony Allen and Ibrahim Maalouf, to name but a few. He just released his 11th album, sMiLes, a manifesto celebrating personal expression and the courage to take risks, and he joins me in the studio to tell us more. Jowee, welcome back to France 24. I know you're no stranger to this channel.
Back home, and it's a pleasure to come back with the smiles, Jennifer.
We're happy to have you. Now, I actually had the chance to see you play this weekend right here in Paris. It was an incredible, fully improvised show. It felt very meditative, actually, and is inspired by the Bois Caïman religious ceremony that was held in 1791 in what is now present-day Haiti. Tell us more about the inspiration.
Absolutely. On this past Sunday, Saturday per se, we were at the Sankat. We were revisiting the trip, our journey to the Bois Caïman, the spiritual healing. So now we're doing spiritual healing to spouse, because what is important is to commemorate, to reminisce, kind of go back to memory lane. And that's what we wanted to do, but using the vehicle of music, as you know. They were not doing that much music. They were more in the astral projection, because what they were doing, they were in the meditational, the magical realm, you know, this ritual realm, as they were freeing their soul and their spirit and their bodies. But yesterday, as you could see, we were in the same vein, but we were using our instrument to manifest this liberation.
It was definitely a very kind of spiritual experience. And on your new album, sMiLes, you also pay homage to Haitian history, like how rich it is, and such as the track Dessalinienne, Haiti Liberated, a great song. And it is a reference to Jean-Jacques Dessalines, who's kind of seen as a founding father of Haiti. He's also the inspiration behind the national anthem for the country. Now, in a time where Haiti is in a political and civil turmoil, an estimated 90% of the capital, Port-au-Prince, is controlled by armed gangs. For you, how important is it to promote Haiti and its cultural excellence?
It's really important to spread, to speak about what took place, what's happening right now. Because we tend to forget that as we are reminiscing 1804, but we are in the same plight. We are in the same predicament today as to where the people don't have access to just basic means, just running water, electricity 24/7. We're just talking about basic exchanges. So I cry, I smile also sometimes for my country, but the spirit of Dessalines, the spirit of Pétion, Capois-la-Mort, Ursuli Dantor, they will be with us, and they will remain, and they will be the key signature to free ourselves.
Of course, Haiti is from...
And that's global, you know.
Yeah.
That's not just for the Haitian. Sorry, that's not just for the Haitian people. This thought process is for everybody.
Well, especially in this era of turmoil across the world, it's important to have music in some way to accompany. Now, of course, Haiti is front and center on the album, but you also take us on a sonic voyage to places near and dear to you, such as Ghana and Cabo Verde, as we can hear on this next track, O Cap to Mindelo, performed live in Munich.
Oh, yeah.
guys, O Captain Mindelo, as we were saying off camera, I really wish I was in the Caribbean right now with this horrible weather right here in Paris. Yeah. Now, the record also gives us an insight into some of your musical heroes. You reference the likes of Abbey Lincoln, Roy Hargrove, and of course, the one and only Miles Davis, who, which, you know, the album suggests with the title of it. This year marks the 100th anniversary of the birth of this legendary trumpetist. How much has he impacted your career? How inspirational was he to your work?
For me, Miles is kind of the mirror, is really my main influence. But I spoke about it so many times that now I had to go to another angle. I had to kind of transpose myself humbly in imaginary bar. And what would Miles would do? What would he think about? Who would he feature? Because Miles was generous, you know, John Scofield, Marcus Miller. He always had Tony Williams or Herbie Hancock. He always had like young blood as a featured act. And I said, okay, Birth of the Cool, Lee Konitz, you know, so many great musicians that went through the Miles University. And I said, what do I retain from that? Different grooves, different tableau, different platforms, you know, traveling through sound, and never give thyself any boundaries. And here we are with sMiLes.
And to go back to the concert from this weekend, what I loved was your arrival on stage. You had a bag full of instruments, and as I mentioned in introduction, you play many of those. I mean, saxophone, clarinet, flute, pocket trumpet, piano. I mean, the list kind of goes on. Does playing all these instruments give you a sense of freedom on stage?
It does, because you never know what's going to happen. You can never predict the future unless you Bastradamus. But then what do? You just let the universe guide you. And that guidance is as you surrender, another S for sMiLes. You get in a simple mindset. And also, you can always use the spirits because they are there to guide us. And that's how I choose those different flavors, like a chef cooking a plate. What spice is he going to use today? How's that bash rice going to come out? What's going to happen with that tea? What kind of spice you're using? So it's the same, I think, for music. It's art, whether it's culinary or music.
Well, the concert was delicious, so I recommend. We'll look at some other music releases of the week, starting with a much-anticipated return of A$AP Rocky. The rapper kept us waiting 8 whole years for the release of his 4th record called Don't Be Dumb. He has kept busy over the years, dipping his toes into things such as acting, in Spike Lee's Highest to Lowest, fashion, as well as dealing with various legal issues. Don't Be Dumb is quite a return to grace, with a host of collaborators from Pharrell to composer Danny Elfman of Tim Burton fame. Tim Burton actually did the cover art for the album, as you can see. To continue the link to this legendary director, the latest video, Punk Rocky, stars Burton's longtime collaborator, Winona Ryder. Take a look. Maybe he's missing some different instruments on the album, Joe. We need to get you hooked up with A$AP Rocky. Now, A$AP is set to perform at France's Pièce Jaune charity gala later this month, which raises money to improve the lives of hospitalized children in the country. Now, Jowee, you've also dipped your toes into many different mediums, and to accompany the album, you released a podcast called The Pod BasH. Tell us more about that podcast.
Absolutely. Well, The Pod BasH, Jennifer, was created because we wanted to travel with the people, and just so that they can have a front row seat. And we came up with my team, you know, my manager, and then PR team. Why don't we give them the story of every track? Because we dive deep into the bank sound. So now let's describe. And it's a story in the imagination again. I love imagination. And we can travel and you get anecdotes, you get reality, and it's also something that makes you understand better how open this world of musical sound is. And you can create. You don't have to be afraid. You can just let yourself go and surrender.
Okay, well, it's a good idea. I recommend more musicians having a podcast. Now, moving over to the UK now, and 13th album from post-punk duo Sleaford Mods, known for their no-nonsense social commentary on the working class life and politics in Britain. The demise of Planet X sees the pair reflecting on their past behaviours, as well as mental health, and as well as trying to find peace within themselves. They traded lyrical ideas via voice notes to come up with their latest single, No Touch. And just like A$AP Rocky, they called in some help from a filmmaker, none other than indie darling André Arnold, who directed the video. Take a look.
I see the open shop, another's closed up. As a scout for any coppers in the way. I said I'm mad tonight, life like a suicide. Into the wheels of machinery I play.
Do you miss me? Do you miss me? Do you miss me?
So we've come to the end of the show, and I want to thank you, Jowee BasH Omicil, for coming to speak to us on France 24.
Thank you for having me, Jen.
You're welcome. Now, just enough time to talk about the 83rd Golden Globe Awards that took place this weekend in Los Angeles. The ceremony was, of course, dominated by big wins for TV and film, but we are going to play out with the winner of Best Animation and Best Original Song. That is Golden from the smash hit animation K-pop Demon Hunters. Now, word of warning, good luck getting that song out of your head. Now, for more arts and culture, you can head to our website. There's more news coming up on France 24 after this.
I was a ghost, I was alone. 두어진 길 속에. Given the throne, I didn't know how to believe I was the queen that I'm